Hello everybody, welcome. My name is Halima LaPlante and I am your wild wolf mama, and welcome to my journey. I quit my MLM. I stopped working for the CBD company. And it was something that I'd been thinking about for a while. I'd been wondering, is this something that I still need? Does it still give value? Does it still have value to me? I had a lot of really good intentions. I didn't want to give up before, I hit jackpot. I didn't want to give up before I was time. But it just didn't seem like it was ever going to be a time. It didn't seem like this was something that others were interested in, and it didn't seem like something that I was continuing to be interested in. I'm not using CBD as much anymore. It's not to say that it doesn't have value, that I'm not going to keep it in my house, because I certainly see the value in it. It helped me a lot to be able to breathe during a time when I was struggling with my breath. I have asthma. And so it's something that I definitely see the health benefits of. And I don't think I'm ever going to stop using it. But as a business, it's not really something that's helping me anymore. I was putting way more money into it than it was giving back to me. And so I just quit. And it's interesting because I'm not the only one who quit at this time. So obviously I was waiting for the perfect moment. My friend Lacey came to me randomly, and said that she also was going to be quitting our company because she was one of my uplines. So I asked her, I was like, well, what are you doing? What's next for you? And so she told me about what was going on. She started this new company and she's selling nootropics. Now, if you know anything about nootropics, I think it's nootropics. To me, I don't know much about it, but it sounds kind of like metaphysical supplements. There's something that is supposed to be really good for the human body, but it's also supposed to help you with your brain function, right? With your being able to study and focus. And what's interesting, there's two different kinds that she's working with. I'm going to check it out and see how I feel in terms of the product. I'm excited about both of them. I actually ordered some samples from her, so we'll try it out and see how it goes. The second one I'm really interested in, I don't know if it's the first or second, but the other one that I'm really interested in that she sells is a supplement that helps you sleep, which is something that I definitely need help with, and helps you to lose weight. These two things go hand in hand, right? I've already studied this because I'm on a weight loss journey. You are going to have a hard time losing weight if you're not getting good sleep. This I already know. And so, last little piece of the puzzle for me, I know what to do about my diet. I know what to do about exercise and staying active. But the sleep thing has been such a struggle, especially since, I'm a stay-at-home mom, I'm a homeschooling mom, I practically run this whole household by myself, and things can get really stressful. And so there's meditation, which I also am going to be getting back into. I have been getting back into actually. But I love the idea of a supplement that is going to help me with that and help me to bring on the weight loss that I'm trying to, because I got stuck in a plateau all of last year. It got really frustrating for me and I didn't know how to fix that. So I'm hoping that these two supplements will help me not only in my spiritual journey, because the stories that I'm hearing from her are that it helps to awaken. It helps you to get through your spiritual blocks, your mental blocks, your limiting beliefs. It helps you to release these things. And that I feel like is really going to be helpful for someone like me who's also on a spiritual journey, right? They just seem like a really perfect pair. But like I said, I bought samples. I'm gonna try it out and see how it works and how it goes and and how it works with my particular body. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily want to do the business end of it. I just got out of an MLM, and the thought of joining back in another one, frankly, is exhausting. At the very least, I might just offer it on my website for you guys who are on this journey with me as an additional aid to help you on your spiritual journey. But that, of course, is 100% up to you. If it feels right for you, I don't see myself trying to sell products anymore. But like I said, I feel like I'm waiting to see how it goes before I can make a final decision on that. So when I get the samples, I'll try them out, and of course I will let you guys know how it goes and if I can recommend it. So the next thing for me, because of course I gotta have something, right? I gotta have some new project going on. So the next thing for me is, I was thinking, I want to work for myself. I want to be my own boss. I want to create my own schedule. I want to do something that I enjoy doing, that people ask me for, like a lot. Kind of like a special gift. I mean, I've had this quality about me for as long as I can remember, where people will come to me and just start telling me their private, personal lives. And it's like at first I thought it was strange that they would come to me because, I really started noticing it when I was in high school and I would have to take the bus to school. And then someone would sit next to me and just start talking. And this is an adult person, right? And they just start talking about their private, personal lives. And I'd be like, why the are you talking to me about shouldn't you go talk to your wife? Shouldn't you go talk to your husband? Like, why are you coming to me? I don't even know you, lady. But they did, and it wasn't until later that I realized that I could help them. They came to me because somehow they recognized that I could help them, and they would open up to me in ways that they couldn't with anyone else in their life. And so human design explains this because I'm a projector, and so my energy, my aura will focus in on a person, and it's like I get this taste, right? Like I can just sense or see like a sense about this person, and it's like I don't know the answer that they are looking for, but I know how to bring the answer out of them. I know how to guide them, I guess, through questioning, to kind of shift their perspective a little bit so that what was hidden in them, they can now see. If that makes sense. I'm trying to explain something that I've never really explained before. But apparently this is pretty common for projectors. So I thought, what if I could use this to, one, not only help people, it's something that I already know how to do, and honestly, I kind of enjoy it. Like I think that's part of the reason why I was so into wanting to be an actress, is because I really enjoy the idea of other people's personalities, of like psychology. Really? I guess it's like psychology. Understanding what makes people tick. Because I feel like the more I learn about other people, the more I learn about myself, which, as it turns out, is also a projector thing. So I was kind of living my design before I was knowing that I was living my design. But I'm also not living my design, because we're all kind of in our not self, right? So turning this gift, this superpower, this thing that I already do, that I enjoy doing, and that I can help people with, into a way to bring in money so that I can, support my family, so that I can make enough money to eventually create that artist community that I have been dreaming about for over a decade now. Because ultimately that's what I want. I want to surround myself with a certain kind of creative energy. I love that creative energy of being around other creative people who are creating. That energy is like, it's like manna for me. Oh my God. And human design is a great system for me to be able to, let's see. It's a great system for me to be able to do that, for me to be able to help people. It's a structure that I can work in. And it's so exciting because it literally is a roadmap for myself, for everyone else. And I have been loving, learning everything that I can about human design. And I can't wait to start helping people and guiding people and just like diving into other people. I kind of feel like I'm being nosy, like I'm like the nosy neighbor, but I'm like, at the same time, if you're inviting me, then everything's good, everything's golden, and I'm not overstepping anything. I'm like, you set the boundaries and I will respect those boundaries, and everyone ends up happy in the end, hopefully, right? I mean, that's the plan. It's not like I'm telling you what to do. Like, you're still going to be walking your own spiritual journey. I'm going to be walking my own spiritual journey. But it's like having a chat among friends, right? So that's something that I'm going to be doing, is starting to have sessions with people and introducing them to human design, to themselves, really, is what we're doing with human design. Because right now, most people are acting out of their not selves. They're not being themselves. They call it not self, but it's really like you're not being your true self. And so human design is a great structure, a great system to introduce you to you. I just love human design, guys. Okay, so very exciting and very scary. Meanwhile, my friend Lacey, she hadn't been in her business for a week and she is killing it. I mean, people are responding so well to her and they are coming out of the woodwork to get information about what she is selling. I mean, it is amazing. And I am just completely jealous over the fact that she's like so successful at this. Like, seriously, guys, like legit jealous. Like, this jealousy was bringing me down, like way, 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 way down. Like, I had been on this high, been feeling good, flying high, and then I saw what was going on with her, and I know that I should not compare myself to other people because we are two completely different people, two completely different experiences in life. But there I was, and I was actually feeling it, and so I did something a little bit differently than I normally do. Instead of just trying to stuff it down and hide it and run away from it, I decided that this time I was going to lean into it, because that's what I had done before and I got different sorts of results. And I didn't want to do the same thing before and get the same kind of results. So I leaned into it, trying to figure out if there's something there for me to learn, right? So I brought it up in our little spirituality group, our little human design group. And a good friend of mine, we're like twinsies. We're like on parallel paths. And she's like, you should look in the spleen. You should look in the spleen. Don't you have? And I was like, yeah, I have a defined spleen. She's like, look at gate 57. So what's interesting about gate 57 is not only is this a gate that I have, it's like the only gate out of the spleen that I have. I have the channel 5710? No. I can't remember. I have a channel 57 going to the identity center, I think. So I have this gate, but the thing that's interesting about the spleen is because the spleen deals with material kind of fears, like your basic fears of survival, right? And so she said, check out gate 57 in human design, but also check out gate 57 in Gene Keys. So I was like, okay. So I looked this up, and Gene Keys is really interesting because it talks about the fear frequency, this frequency of fear that is literally what we are all of humanity is like attuned to. And so we're all kind of on the same fear frequency. I almost said fear factor, fear frequency. And it talks about how money, we've created this monetary system, this physical symbol of our fear of not being able to survive. Guys, I went deep into this whole fear thing in gate 57. So it was interesting because it talks about how this particular gate is conditioned starting from conception, and it is like the most powerfully conditioned during gestation. And it got me thinking about generational trauma. So I ended up going on this weird kind of tangent, like wayward rabbit hole in this whole gate 57, which I could, definitely dive deeper into right now, but I'm not going to because I'm trying to keep things simple. Eventually, what I came to was the realization that my whole jealousy was rooted in fear, obviously, but it was based off the idea that I did not feel secure in myself, right? So it's connected over to the heart and to other insecurities, I think, that was bringing up with me about not being able to be successful in my new venture, that people would not be responding to me in my new venture the way that they were responding to her. It was bringing up, watching her success was bringing up these insecurities within myself. Jealousy is interesting, and I think we should all just kind of really be careful with it and not act outwardly. Really look at yourself when you're dealing with jealousy, because you can really start a cycle of negativity. You can continue a cycle of fear. You can just spread mean and nasty, for lack of a better term. And I do not think that is something anyone should be spreading. So if you're feeling jealous, just try something a little different and just try to look within yourself and figure out why this is coming up for you. For me, I don't really know what to do about these feelings, except that when I looked at Gene Keys and how it explained gate 57, the lower frequency is that shadow of fear, that fear frequency. But as you rise above that, then you get into the frequency of intuition, right? And this is where it's interesting, because my authority is my spleen, that little voice in my head that says, or hey, you need to, my voice is usually telling me to get some ginger because somebody's gonna be sick. I had to learn to listen to that one, because I would walk by that ginger and I'd be like, we don't need ginger, and then invariably someone would get sick with some kind of tummy problems, and I'd be like, damn, I should have got that ginger. So I started buying the ginger, and then somebody would get sick and I was prepared. So listen to my intuition. Listen to my intuition. that is what jealousy is trying to tell me. Listen to my intuition. All goes back to following my strategy and authority. Work in progress. Work in progress. Still in my first year. So what are you gonna do? So the last little bit that I want to talk about is gonna be super quick. It happened on Friday. Friday I woke up. Was doing good. I was doing good. I was just fine. Friday's a good day. Friday is an exciting day because at the end of the day, I get to have a chat with my girls, and it's fabulous, and I love it, and it gives me life to talk to these females. So I woke up in a fabulous mood, and then my children, my little cubs, well, they had other plans, didn't they? And all three of them, it's like all three of them were on their little periods at the same time, having their little PMSs at the same time. Now, I don't mean that to like down bad talk to, about women and our cycles and everything. I just want you to understand that all of them were demanding of my energy in such a way that I wanted to kill each and every one of them. If you are a parent, you know what I mean. You love those little bastards every second of every day, but sometimes you want to kill them just a little. Usually they will have like just a one-off, like one kid. I can handle that. Maybe two. That gets a little scary. But all three, I ran out of patience and energy probably 2 or 3 hours into the day with them. And I finally had to throw up my hands because I stopped and I recognized what was going on. And that irritated, just kind of like, I can't handle these people anymore. So I recognized what was happening and I immediately voiced it. And I said, look, guys, I'm done. I have no more energy for you guys. You guys need to leave me alone. And you need to just do your school by yourself without me, or do whatever you want. I don't even care. But if you don't do your school, then you're doing it on Saturday. So think about that. And I just, what did I do? I think I grabbed myself a bowl of ice cream and sat on the couch and watched a show on Netflix and cuddled up with a blanket and my bowl of ice cream. And I think after a couple of hours, I was able to start back up again and get back and continue on with my day. So it was nice because it was a new way of doing things, just kind of like letting them know. And I think it was less stressful for everyone. My daughter agreed that it was nice that I kind of let them know what was going on with me so that they could give me the space that I needed. And it was a lot less stressful for everybody. Now I realize that part of our problem is all 4 of us are sleeping in this room together. Like, we don't have our own space. And if you're following human design perfectly, everyone gets their own space. Everyone has their own room. We do not have that luxury here. So there's not really a moment in time where we can disconnect. We really have to find those areas, and I try to give each one of us our time. It's a lot harder for me because everyone wants a piece of me. But we'll get there. Somehow, I know the universe is going to bring it for us. A nice little 5-bedroom house or something somewhere. Who knows? I mean, when I build my own spot, you best believe I'm building everyone their own room, their own space that we can all escape to. Yes, indeed, that is happening because I see the value in that. Probably one of the best times in my life was when I lived on my own in my own 1-bedroom. It was a studio apartment. It was fabulous. It was fabulous. The apartment that I met my husband in, actually. that felt good, and it would feel amazing right now. Like, I can't wait to have my own space again. But we're not there yet. We'll get there. Hi guys, thanks for watching, thanks for joining me, thanks for checking out my journey. I really appreciate you. Please, 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 please support my channel, my website. You can find me on YouTube, you can find me on TikTok, you can find me on Facebook, you can find me in a lot of different places. Wild Wolf Mama, spelled M-O-M-M-A. Sometimes I add a 3 if that one's already taken. So please, please look for me, find me, like me, follow me, subscribe to me, comment, and give me your input, because I thrive off of that energy. I love it. But please, please keep it kosher, okay? We don't want no negativity up in this here space, okay? This is a safe space. I love you guys. Thanks, guys. Bye.